Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachak with us. Double honors unto the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, the elders of Great Millstone, and of course, peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, the sincere servants of Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, serving him in truth and sincerity. So coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. This lesson going to be based off of this article right here from nationalnews.com. It says, war, famine, financial collapse. Every engineer crisis is a cover story for a larger globalist crime or power grab. Without a doubt, that's true, man. And this article contains a lot of information. A lot of basically information on a lot of these crises. Hey, they're all just cover-ups, man. Without a doubt, they're real and they're happening, but hey, and literally most of these crises you see on the news or in front of your face, hey, it's completely engineered, it's completely planned. So it goes to say every crisis currently being engineered is designed to cover up a larger crime or power grab being committed against humanity by the globalist elite. It goes to say 9/11 was an engineered event. It was designed to manipulate the American people into supporting war on terror, which unleashed the surveillance state that has been illegally deployed against the American people to this day. 9/11, much like October 7, Israel, was a planned stand-down event to achieve a heinous act of you see the word right there, against our own nation so that the government and military could justify wondrous actions they wanted to take all along. Yeah, man, and what? 9/11. Literally your common person knows that was completely engineered and planned. You know, it's completely got out that was an engineered event, man. Literally just to give the elites more power, as you can see, over the American people. And we already know that the elites love to use America as a testing ground, as well as these other different various countries. The elites like to use America as a testing ground, man. Basically again, engineering various crises so that they can bring it upon the rest of the world. And some things that they're testing within other countries, in Sweden, they're over there, of course, testing the mark of the beast, right? The RFID implant that's spoken about in Revelation chapter 13 and 16. It says the Oklahoma City bombing was another such event. Note that daycare center in the targeted building produced stories of blown up babies, which echoes exactly what we're hearing today regarding Israel and Hamas. Anytime babies are mentioned, you should strongly suspect emotional manipulation and falsely engineered of events. The current fiction being pushed by pro-Israeli sources is that Hamas cooked an Israeli baby in an oven. This is supposed to provoke outrage among the very same Americans and Israelis who openly condone butchering babies in the womb. By the way, in case you were keeping track. Yeah, man, and it's insane how backwards, man, that the society is. So it goes to say, the end goal of Oklahoma City was to achieve national gun confiscation. This came shortly after the assault weapons ban was passed by Congress and signed into law in 1994. That law expired in 2004. AR-15 sales have exploded ever since, and now anyone arguing that citizens don't need firearms to defend themselves is rightly seen as an oblivious idiot, or says an oblivious idiot, especially after October 7th. Yeah, and those two, the Oklahoma City bombing and 9/11, again, two examples of engineered crises. so that Esau can gain more power. He can pass certain laws. So what's happening right now currently is nothing new. There's more crises planned so that the elite can have power, right? And at the end of the day, man, this Lord controlling Esau. This is the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai controlling Esau, but the Edomites, which are whom? The so-called white man. So-called white people, those are the biblical Edomites. So at the end of the day, this is just the Lord controlling Esau, putting the spear on Esau, literally to plan to engineer these crises so that the prophecies can come to pass. Because literally everything that's happening in the earth, it's all prophecy. Famines. Well, let's go ahead and get him, man, because Yahweh himself said it. Matthew 24:3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So the disciples were asking Yahushua, what things will be happening at the end of the world? When will we know that your come, or basically your second coming, or it says right here, your coming is nigh, right around the corner? How will we know that we're at the end of the world? It says, verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yeah, and are we not hearing of wars and rumors of wars? Of course, what? We had Ukraine, Russian war. Now, literally, there's this new war, Israel versus Hamas. So these things are happening. You might think that the world is done for, which, of course, we are at the end. Yahushua's returns right around the corner, but there's still other prophecies that await until Yahushua can come back. But these prophecies are right around the corner as well, which is literally the mark of the beast. Basically, once that's mandated, martial law, complete martial law in the U.S. So yeah, these type of things need to pass in order for, again, Yahushua to come back. So we're at the end. Hey, still, man, concerning the things that are to come, hey, we haven't seen nothing, man. Even though we're currently in the famine. Oh, let's go ahead and read the next verse. It says, Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Yeah, and right now we're seeing nation rising against nation. Well, you got BRICS being formed. Again, you got nations taking side with one another. We're literally seeing that. It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes. Yeah, there's currently a famine that's happening. That's being engineered by the elite. And again, the Lord's controlling the elites, man. It says how, basically paraphrasing, how Esau is the Lord's sword. The Lord controls Esau, so that these prophecies can come to pass. It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Yeah, again, there's a famine right now. Obviously, we know the pestilence. If you don't know what the pestilence is, it's basically a synonym for diseases. Without a doubt, 2020, end of 2019, that pestilence came out, that, of course, changed the whole direction of the world, without a doubt. It says earthquakes. Yeah, there's been many earthquakes. We already know about that major earthquake that happened in Turkey, literally not too long ago, and literally in various other places, like it says right here, in diverse places, meaning in various places. It says, verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Yeah. Because, hey, literally, man, again, technically all hell hasn't broken loose yet. What, in America? Even though there's wars going on, hey, it's gonna get a lot worse than what we're going through right now. So going back to the article, it says, today the powers that be need a financial collapse to obscure their decades-long financial crimes of printing currency, looting the American people's banks or bank accounts, and pensions, and manipulating financial markets to keep themselves enriched, while the working masses remain enslaved in a cycle of poverty. If not all currency counterfeiting operations, or it says, if not for all their currency counterfeiting operations, most Americans will be quite well off, being able to reap their rewards off their own labor without the burden of inflation tied around their necks. But if a financial collapse can be blamed on Russia or China or Iran, then the criminals who carried out this mass theft can point their fingers at a scapegoat and get away with the entire thing. Exactly. That's why they're using a lot of these distractions, man, to distract you, literally to distract you. Like what this article just mentioned about, there's a story of Hamas cooking Israeli baby in an oven. Again, man, all that is just distraction, man. To put the common person in, literally in the mindset that the elite want them to be in. To be distracted and to be literally focused on the wrong things. Meanwhile, you got bigger things happening that will affect you. What, in your family? This is going to affect your living situation. It's going to affect everything you have. So it says, a nation of consumers who can't do basic math will be none the wiser. And here we have it right here. It says, covering up you see the word right there, the shrat, or can't say that word, but you see the word right there, the shrat, and invoking domestic tea. It's amazing how many words we can't say, but it says to position your government as your savior. It says similarly, these same power-hungry globalist elite, globalist-run elites need a military draft and large war casualties to cover up their V-deaths. You see the word right there. There's nothing like war to obscure the shocking number of young Americans who are dropping dead from injected bioweapons. Yeah, and without a doubt, man, that Sharat, that's a great, literally that's an on-point description of what it is. So that's why war in the Middle East is a certainty. The globalist elite need a mass casualty event to obscure the V bioweapons fatalities, so that sharp, it says the statistics can't find any more signals in all the death noise. Yeah, and we already know the elites want to cover that up, man, because again, we know that was a whole, population control, basically attack, right? So scrolling down, and keep in mind this article is massive, so I'm trying to hit the key points. It says, these are just a few examples of how engineered crisis events are used to obscure crimes and seize power. It says scrolling down, it says every engineered crisis is launched to cover up a crime or power grab to be used against humanity. Here's a summary of the most notable crisis events being engineered right now as a cover stories for larger crimes carried out by the globalist elite. It says financial collapse covers up the government's financial crimes and explains away mass poverty by blaming America's enemies for waging currency wars. It provides a convenient narrative for governments rolling out central bank digital currencies while eliminating most mid-level retail banks, concentrating financial power in the hands of a few globalist banks like Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, and Bank of America. Yeah, and at the end of the day, we know what Esau wants to move towards. So of course, they want to move towards completely digital, or what, the money system being completely digital. And not too long later, literally very soon after, transitioning into a payment system that's ran off of RFID implants. Or really, to put in better words, there will be a completely digital money system. And in order to gain access to this system, you will need a RFID implant, to make payments. And let's go ahead and get that real quick. Revelation 13:16 or 15, let's start verse 15. It said, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Yeah, the image of the beast ultimately represents Esau's NWO. And the beast represents the NATO and the EU, which are all Edomite powers. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. He had the system, Esau's laws and his guidelines. Ultimately, his NWO, that's the system he wants to achieve. It says that the image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. So simply, if you don't worship this image of the beast, meaning following after Esau's system, literally bowing down to the NWO, which there will be laws and guidelines that you have to keep. And Esau will try to force you to keep them, or else what? He will simply cast you out of the society, throw you in jails, literally take you on the spot, execute you. Hey, all that's coming, man, to America. It says, verse 16, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads. So a mark, and when you get that word from mark, it's the Greek word charagma, which is speaking about a physical stamp, a badge of servitude. Yeah, so a badge of servitude, and it literally means something carved into the skin when you get the definition. Go ahead and look up charagma within a Blue Letter Bible if you don't believe me. Because, hey, all this information is out here. So it says to receive a mark in the right hand or in the foreheads, and that would be the main places that Esau tried to put this mark, which the mark is the RFID implant. And those will be the main spots that Esau tried to put this mark literally into. It says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. What does this sound like? This sounds like a completely new payment system, literally. A completely new payment system. So you got to be able to look at these scriptures and apply them literally to what's going on currently, man. That's how you're supposed to. People think that the scriptures is just a fairy tale book that speaks about prosperity, and that's it. Obviously, what the scriptures mention prosperity, but really prosperity, geared towards those who actually serve the Lord. But the scriptures also speak about prophecy, speak about evils that will happen in the earth. And the prophets are literally out here through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, breaking down the scriptures, bringing out the prophecies, so that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding will come out. This is what Esau's trying to hide from you. So it says, going back to the article, it says a military draft covers up skyrocketing, you see the word right there, Sharat deaths among America's youth, blaming their deaths on war with Islam, most likely. It also covers up the deaths of the Sharadid, active duty military personnel, and that's completely backwards, man. Why would you put Sharats in your, literally in your military, substantially dropping the numbers of your military in your army? That's completely backwards. But again, Esau is a devil. And really, Esau is completely stupid. So it says domestic T, you see the word right there, justifies calls for domestic martial law that enables government to attempt nationwide gun confiscation while claiming to be protecting the citizens. Watch carefully how upcoming acts of sabotage, T, and mass death in the continental United States will be carried out with whatever weapons the administration wants to ban. AR-15s, ghost guns, arm-braced AR pistols, high-capacity magazines, etc. Yeah, and again, Esau's coming after your guns too. You think Esau's going to want to fight against, literally armed individuals? You think the government, the elites, want to have trouble with that? So they're going to do everything in their power to literally try to take away your guns from you, using propaganda, using these crises and basically these set up events to justify taking away your guns and your weapons and all that from you. It says martial law, meanwhile, halts elections and ends any real political reckoning for the same Democrat regime that rigged 2020 and plunged America into inflation, war, and despair. It says that's why Biden regime officials operate without any sense of accountability. They never plan to be held accountable for anything. Yeah, exactly. That's why they lie straight to your face. And when the information comes out that what they said was a complete lie, they lie about lying that they never said it. Even though it's all on video. Again, so that's why Esau, he's a devil, man. It says real power means never having to rely on the will of voters or the voters to approve anything you're doing. These efforts are aided by the spineless GOP that still won't demand paper ballots, and who therefore will be clobbered again if there is an election in 2024. For Republicans can only play the role of losers, not leaders, and their only real loyalty is to Israel, not America. Food insecurity is spreading across America thanks to food inflation, engineering, or says geoengineering, weather weapons, and routine sabotage of America's food infrastructure, food production facilities, grain storage, etc. This crisis is engineered to force people onto government food stamps or food stamp programs, which will of course be merged with CBDCs and you see the word Sharat compliance, so that the only people allowed to enter grocery stores and receive government allotted food handouts will be those who take the required Sharats and don't criticize Israel, which mainly, mainly it's just going to be those. But you know that this mark of the beast is coming. It's right around the corner to be mandated. And for those who don't take this mark of the beast, man, for those who don't take this mark of the beast, that's spoken about within Revelation 13 and 16. As we can read again, it says verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell. So you won't be able to buy or sell. It says what? Save he that had a mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So unless you have this mark, which is the RFID implant, you won't be able to buy or sell within the society. So, so that makes complete sense. The more people that are on the government food stamps and all these government benefits, but the more tied you're going to, literally, the more tied you're going to be to them. The more that you're going to depend and rely on the government. So once the CBDCs and the system goes completely digital and ultimately the mark of the beast is mandated, it's going to be a tough situation for a lot of these people. It says mass homelessness of the American people is being engineered through spiking home mortgage rates and unaffordable rent. Millions of Americans will lose their homes, which will be taken over by BlackRock and various banks to live in 10 cities that are already being set up in Chicago, NYC, and other locations that house illegal immigrants. In a shocking Trading Places event, the illegal immigrants will be gifted the homes of previously occupied Americans, thanks to various government grant programs that are already favoring migrants over U.S. veterans, for example, with generous handouts and free housing. In effect, the tent cities of migrants will be swapped out with destitute Americans, while the migrants live in the homes that the Americans can no longer afford. Millions of Americans will end up living in tent cities entirely dependent on government handouts, food, and limited shelter. Yeah, and again, it's a lot within this article. Just trying to get the key points. But at the end of the day, we know that all this, again, all these things are the beginning of sorrows. As it says, 2 Ezra chapter 16 and 17, it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Because Ezra was literally seeing a vision of these times that we're living in right now. The Lord was giving Ezra the vision, again, literally of the end times, which is the times that we're in right now. Everything that we're going through right now and all the things that await us, which is right around the corner, Ezra was seeing it. It says the beginning, this verse 18, it says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famines and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand and fear the beginnings of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Yeah, so the beginning of famine and great death, and without a doubt, we're in the beginning of famine. And once these storehouses are empty, meaning once these stores, your local grocery store, is completely empty of food, then we're really going to witness the climax of the famine, which, that's around the corner. And all the famine is being engineered by the global elite, which the Lord's putting the spirit on the elites, man, to do this. It says, verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So the Lord is bringing these things upon the earth. The Lord is allowing these things upon the spirit on what Esau to literally bring these things, man, to literally judge the wicked of the earth. The Lord uses, again, these judgments, man, or these basically these prophecies, man, literally to judge the wicked, man, to judge the ones who aren't serving him. Of course, for you Israelites out there that aren't serving the Lord, you're going to be caught up in literally these trials and tribulations. So it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from the wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So you're still going to have a lot of our people, which the heathen are through. The Lord's going to destroy the heathen. But, whatever happens to the heathen happens to them. But, of course, we direct his word onto you Israelites out there, with so-called Negroes, Native Americans, Latinos, and those scattered amongst the other nations, who are the parents of the other nations. But what? They, of course, through lineage, they're still Israelites, because we know our people are been scattered amongst the other nations, according to Deuteronomy 28 and 64. So, of course, we direct this word onto literally onto our people, the Israelites, for them to repent and turn literally onto the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, so that they be protected, man, from these things. That's what we do as prophets. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good sheep upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Yeah, and we were once at a time where everyone thought that things were going well for them. And then boom. Now you're getting war, you're getting famine, you're getting pestilences. And literally, man, this is all just the beginning of it. Once these troubles, famine, the sword, martial law, pestilences, are literally all at your doorstep, what people robbing, stealing, killing one another, then, that's when it's gonna get real, man. That's when we're gonna witness the climax of all these troubles, man. And without a doubt, all these things are near, man. All these things are near. It says, verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger, this shall the sword destroy. Meaning what? Esau's martial law, or basically simply because of these wars that will happen. There's going to be civil war in the U.S., but America is going to be fighting against other countries. Hey, simply you're gonna get caught in the crossfire. It says, verse 23, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and it says, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. Exactly, man. So all these things await us, or really await the wicked of the earth. We know the Lord will preserve his elect. Even though we're going to have to, pass through these things, pass through the fire, the Lord's ultimately going to preserve the elect. Reserved his chosen, the chosen Israelites. Because not, all Israelites will be saved. Only the elect of the nation of Israel will be saved. So going back to the article, it says geoengineering, weather weaponization is used to destroy cities, Acapulco, for example, and obliterate crops and water supplies, ultimately forcing large masses of people into 15-minute cities where they are monitored, controlled, and killed via charades and violence. It says through weather weaponization, the global Holodomor is being unleashed against humanity, making it increasingly difficult for anyone to achieve food reliance, or it says food self-reliance, and thereby resist total control efforts of the globalists. Two outstanding sources on, so you get the point. And again, we just read how Esau is making it harder so that more people will connect to the government for benefits, rely more upon the government. The more you rely upon the government, the more you're controlled, or the more control that they have over you. It says there will be no peace and no abundance because that does not serve the interests of the globalists who are working to exterminate humanity. Really, they just want to bring it down to a certain number so it'll be easier for them to control, which the number that they believe is that optimal number for them, basically to work with is 500 million, according to the Georgia Guidestones. It says in all of this, remember that globalists are actively working, and you might wonder who the globalists are. They're simply the elite national bankers. They have all the money in the world. Some national banker families are the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Gettys, DuPonts, and other literally elite banking families. There's even some families that we didn't even know about. It says, in all this, remember that globalists are actively working to depopulate planet Earth by exterminating billions of human beings. Yeah, again, they have a Georgia Guidestone that literally says that how they want the human population to be brought down to 500 million. It says that's why there will be no peace, no abundance, and no freedom in our world until these globalists are defeated. And the Lord's coming back, man, to destroy these globalists. And no, Christ, this Jesus guy, the so-called white man, Cesare Borgia, which the image of Jesus Christ is inspired off of Cesare Borgia, the son of the sixth pope of Renaissance Rome. Really, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, the true Messiah, is coming back. Which Yahweh Shai is of course of the tribe of Judah, And that right there is a true anointed one, because all Christ means is anointed one. So the true Son of the Heavenly Father is coming back to take down all these, again, all these other nations, including Esau and the elite, the wicked elite. And they will be subject under the nation of Israel, the real Israelites, within the kingdom of heaven, because what the Lord will give the kingdom of heaven unto the Israelites to rule, of course, under the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So it says, some people believe that the White Hats will defeat the globalists. Others think that, or it says others think Christ will return and defeat evil, and that all good people will be raptured out before the total collapse gets underway. Which again, the common Christian, or the so-called common Christian, thinks that basically the Son, the Heavenly Father, or really the Lord is gonna rapture everyone before the tribulations come. Nah, man, the elect of the nation Israel are literally gonna have to go through these things too. These trials and tribulations, famine, pestilence. Hey, again, the elect of the nation Israel will have to pass through that. But the only difference is that the Lord will preserve them. The Lord will ultimately keep them unto the end. And here's to prove it. This is one of the many scriptures. It says, 2 Ezra chapter 16. In 70, it says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Yeah, so it says a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And let's get that word for insurrection. It says a violent uprising against authority or government. Yeah, so again, a violent uprising against an authority or government. Which really it says, the origin of it, really what it goes back to is, it says late Middle English via Old French, from Latin insurrectio, or insurrectio, from insurgere, meaning to rise up. So there's going to be a great rising up of Esau trying to, again, to take those that fear the Lord. Those that fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And then those that are trying to serve the Lord, meaning that those who actually are truly serving the Lord will resist the image of the beast, the NWO, resist taking that MOTB. So Esau's going to want to come against those same individuals, man. It says, verse 71, they should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, because there's going to be martyrs. Even though the Lord will ultimately reserve the elect of the nation of Israel unto the end, and the martyr, still, there's going to be martyrs, but the martyrs will be the first ones to literally to be with Yahushua. So it says but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So even though there's going to be martyrs, still, the Lord's still going to, again, reserve a lot of Israelites unto the end. And again, for those martyrs who died, they're simply just sleeping, man. The spirits go to the heavens. And not too long later, man, Yahushua will come back to beam up to get the rest of his elect. It says, verse 71, they should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling those that fear the Lord. Yeah, it says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. So the chosen Israelites will have to pass through this fire as well. There's not going to be no rapture. And then, basically all the evils come. Nah, man, the Lord will also have to try his chosen. Put them through the fire, so that when they come out, they're, again, it's like it says, they should be tried as gold in the fire. so that they're gonna come out pure, so that they come out proven. It says, verse 74, "Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand." Yeah, again, these wars, these famines, pestilences, completely all hell breaking loose within society. All that is at hand, man. But what does it say? 2nd Ezra chapter 70, or 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and 74. It says, "Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same." See? The days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Yeah, so all these sorrows and tribulations and troubles that await, the Lord said that he will deliver what? His chosen, those that serve him. It says, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide." So there you have it, man. So we're not supposed to be afraid of these things that come. Really, we're supposed to fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. As it says, going up to verse 70 or 67, "Behold, the Most High is a judge." Or it says, "Behold, the Most High himself is a judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble." Yeah, so all trouble, including these troubles that await us, man. These end time troubles. So these troubles that await the earth will be something that we never witnessed, or literally that has never happened in the earth. These troubles that await us. But again, the Lord will reserve his elect. So it says, yeah, the Edomites are being revealed. The common person starting to find out about how these crises are engineered. Scriptures speak about how the wicked will be revealed. Right? It says, Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and 7, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way." And Esau, it says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work." Yeah, without a doubt, Esau is working that iniquity in the earth. But it says, verse 8, "And then shall that wicked be revealed." It says the capital W, so speaking about someone. "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spear of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." Yeah, without a doubt, the wicked are the Edomites. Esau is being revealed, man. What, you even got the low level Edomites, the low level Edomites, which is what your average Joe Edomite. Who they of course they don't have millions in the bank, but they're just get on by. You're even having them finding out about their wicked rulers, man. Their wicked Edomite rulers. The scriptures say how Satan shall rise up against Satan. So you're gonna have a lot of Edomites who come up against their own people, even. So, hey, we can already see, man, that Lord is brewing something within the earth. And we're literally seeing it play out before our eyes. So to end it off, this I believe that's on the article. So again, yeah, it's a lot more within the article. I'll go ahead and leave it in the description box. But to end off, it says, Revelation chapter 12 and 12, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." Yeah, because Esau, he's coming down, man, with everything he got. It says, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And Esau is witnessing the chariots of the Lord, which are the so-called UFOs, completely skyrocketing the so-called UFO sightings. Literally that puts fear into Esau's heart. That's why just recently, they created a space force. Why do you think they would just create a space force if basically extraterrestrial forces and powers don't exist. Obviously, Esau is seeing these so-called UFOs, which are really the chariots of the Lord, and the angels are inside these chariots. Also, Esau knows that Yahushua is coming back in a great chariot, because the scriptures speak about how the Lord will come back literally in a great cloud. What? Also, 2nd Ezra chapter 13 speaks about how the Lord will come back, and what his vehicle, his chariot, will literally cover the whole entire earth. You won't be able to see the ends of it. It says, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. That's why Esau's moving quickly, man, with all these things. Because he ultimately wants to accomplish his NWO, having power over everyone, making all people take the MOTB, the mark of the beast, spoken about in Revelation chapter 13 to 16. But we already know the Lord will reserve the elect of the nation of Israel from taking that mark of the beast. And the Lord will ultimately keep them taken care of and fed. You know, Esau is going to, what? The mark of the beast is going to be mandated. You won't be able to buy or sell. You won't be able to get food or water. Be within society. Hey, the Lord's still going to keep his elect fed, according to Isaiah chapter 65. And I just read how literally in 2nd Ezra chapter 16:74, how Lord will deliver us from these days of trouble. And the Lord also said, be not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your God. So go ahead and read Isaiah chapter 65. It says how the servants of the Lord shall eat, but those who aren't serving the Lord will be hungry and left thirsty. So Lord's will, you brothers out there edified. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakurash Brakathum. Shalom.